had a quick question because I recently moved to the US from India, and my biggest challenge here has been finding halal food. And one complication I see in the US are people eating chicken in Mexican restaurants, Chinese restaurants, any place and everywhere. Muslims, mashallah, practicing Muslims, 5 times they're praying Salah, but I see them eating in Chinese and Mexican hotels, even though we do not know whether that's halal or not. So I walked up to the local imam in the masjid and I asked him, "Can you please let me know?" And the imam himself said, "I myself eat from those hotels." I was a bit restaurants. So I was a bit shocked. And the reasoning he gave was he said kullu dajjaj fi amrika halal. I was like, on what logic is that? So the sheikh said that we are living in the land of Christians, Ahl al Kitab, and the zabiha of Ahl al Kitab is halal. But here we are, we do not even know if those Chinese, Mexicans, or the other restaurants are actually run by Christians. And even though America is a Christian country, I don't know, it's no longer Christian, to be honest, because we've got atheists, we've got agnostics, we've got people from different religions, and we have no idea about the slaughter. Yes, there is people who say we do not need to verify and go deep, but I personally feel it is not right to be eating from that. Alhamdulillah, I'm trying to stay because there are a lot of halal places available as well. But then the problem is, it is so many Muslim brothers are directly just walking in and giving fatwas that it is allowed. That majority of the Muslims are just following these people. So what do you think should be done in this case, Sheikh, where halal is available, but then there is a fatwa which is given where because it is Ahl al Kitab land, you can eat their meat. How do you justify this, Sheikh, or what do you think is the right view of the scholars in this? Sorry, that was a long question, Sheikh.
Thank you.
Jazakumullahu khair.
Thank you, Ashian from the USA. And the question is very serious, and it is everyone's question. Every Muslim who moves to the US or is born and raised in the US, and some people have completely neglected this matter altogether, and they say Bismillah and eat. And some people are very, mashallah, conservative. I myself, my parents would not eat the chicken from the local stores. Rather, only when I go to the farm and I observe the process of slaughtering myself, or I slaughter and then they process the meat and I bring it home. So my mother would eat, my father would eat, and they would cook out of it. And alhamdulillah. Otherwise, we used to go and buy from so-called halal meat store. When we go out, we eat seafood, fish, prawns, whatever, in order to avoid eating meat. But if it is known in a country which is predominantly Christian, okay, whether they practice Christianity or not, they're called Ahlul Kitab. This is what Allah named them. Whether they are, they follow the true teachings of Jesus or they don't, because the Quran said so in Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter number 5. Twice the Almighty Allah declared that those who say Jesus, the son of Mary, is God, or the son of God, are disbelievers. Yet in the same chapter, in verse number 5, Allah said it is okay to eat the food, the meat which was slaughtered, not killed. So the main concern is the process of slaughtering, not killing, not by stun gun, not by suffocation or strangling or electrocution. If this is done, then it's not permissible to eat it, even if the Imam himself is the one who killed the animal with a stun gun or with electrocution or whatever. So this is number one concern. Number two concern is the processing itself, and whether it is processed along with haram, like swine flesh or not. So I will leave it there, and I would say, AMJA, the Sharia Scholar Association of North America, stated that according to the local law in the US, the chicken which are being slaughtered there are halal to eat. And they have a concern with the beef because of the stunning with the stun gun and so on. This matter needs to be studied further, and every state has their own constitution. If there is a halal meat store or a grocery store, buy it from there, and alhamdulillah, you be in the safe side. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from all of us and grant us forgiveness, pardon us, and guide us to what is best.